General Hospital scholar predict that the current Ned Quarterman has forgotten who he is and only remember himself as any man. Of course, this directly affects Ned's future decision. As Eddie a famous rock singer, now Eddie's goal is to return to the music race, but it is also possible that Eddie will make a bolder decision. Is it joining the crowd, or in other words, volunteering, to follow Sonny Carrento as an effective henchman? Going back to the past, fans do remember that Ned was a businessman and held a huge fortune. Predicting the future, Ned's career can develop even more than now. But a big event happened that made Ned lose everything. That's when Ned accidentally discovered something and rushed out of the metro building. However, that haste caused Ned to slip and fall injured in the swimming pool of the building. After that injury, Ned was diagnosed with difficulty regaining consciousness. And after regaining consciousness, Ned is said to have lost his memory and only has memory of the 90s and earlier. Ned has always claimed to be Eddie. After that, Eddie always tried to get back to performing. Sonny would be the person behind to support Eddie to pursue his musical path. Not only that, Sonny even contacted Brooklyn Quarterman and asked Brooklyn to help Eddie. What Sonny needed was a detailed performance roadmap for Eddie. Brooklyn will need to consider this proposal, although Ned is Brooklyn's biological father. Ned has completely forgotten about Brooklyn now. So Eddie is a stranger to Brooklyn. However, being Eddie's assistant is also quite interesting. So Brooklyn is also very excited. There's a voice chosen as the place where Eddie would perform regularly. And Brooklyn will replace Eddie and go to Curtis Asford to get Curtis' permission to allow Eddie to act in the Savoy. This offer was quickly accepted by Curtis. Not only that, but Curtis also promised to do his best to help Eddie have successful performances. What Eddie has is thanks to Sonny, so Eddie feels extremely grateful. It was Sonny who helped and let Eddie stay in Sonny penthouse, but Eddie soon realizes a financial problem. That's when Eddie learned that performance music didn't help Eddie stabilize his income. Instead, Eddie also admires Sonny because his business is very prosperous and Sonny's crowd world is also very interesting. So Eddie had a pretty daring idea. Eddie would give up his return to being a singer to become Sonny's henchman. Now Eddie can both repay Sonny and have a more stable income. Although Sonny would take some time to consider it, Sonny would eventually agree to Eddie's suggestions. Eddie couldn't remember what happened in the past like Jason Morgan had. This was because Jason couldn't remember his own memories of the past that led to a terrible incident. At that time, Jason became Sonny's most loyal henchman, despite doing dangerous things despite his life being threatened. As a result of this, Jason lost his life. Now it's possible that Eddie would take the place Jason did in the past if Eddie still can't remember himself as Ned. In addition, Sonny is not completely trusting Dex Heller despite Dex being seen as Sonny's effective arm. Sonny even intends to replace Jason's position in the past with the Dex of the present. Regardless of the current situation, once the fact that Dex wants to defeat Sonny is discovered by Sonny, Dex immediately has to pay for his action. So it's very likely that Eddie will join the crowd. Surely the plot will become more and more interesting. If Sonny increasingly believes in Eddie's loyalty,